couple of weeks ago, we replaced the toilet in this guest bathroom, and ever since the sink that's in there, the blue sink, has been bothering us, and we've been looking for a replacement. So finally I found one, and this is just a video about quickly swapping it out. This is not a permanent solution because we're going to be redoing the room next year and making a new vanity and top and stuff, but this new sink will be switched over. So first you have to turn off the valve, and you can see there's kind of a leak coming down from the old faucet. It's like 27 years old. It's original in the house, and it was getting pretty sticky, and wasn't really that good a faucet anymore, so it had to be replaced anyway. And the plumbing is all easy to disconnect down there. You just have to loosen the drain and take off the nuts on the compression fittings there for the faucet, and then luckily these bathroom sinks are just pushed in. They're set in a bed of silicone when they put them in place, so you can see that was really easy to just kind of pop right out of there. So that took a couple minutes just to get it out, and a little bit of cleanup around the edge. Luckily the new sink that we picked was a larger opening than this one, and this is it's a new Kohler sink that I found at Home Depot. Actually, my wife and I had looked at it at Home Depot about a week before, and then all of a sudden HomeDepot.com had a big sale on them, so I decided to order it. I almost sometimes think that they've got cameras in there or something that watch when you look at something, and then they send you email. They know who you are. But anyhow, I'm just got the template that came with the sink here, and I'm just putting that out, kind of centering it over the old sink cutout. Now this is nothing fancy because this, like I said, this vanity and top will be replaced. I'm going to build one next year, so this is just kind of temporary to clean it up before Easter for my wife, because you got some company coming over and stuff. So I started by just drilling some holes in the corner there, and then I decided to try to take like a sheetrock type knife and utility knife and cut the center of that template out, and turned out the knife was dull and I was too lazy to get another blade, so it kind of hacked it up. But I was able to get it out, and then I took a Sharpie and just went around and kind of followed the lines here as best I could to get the cutout marked on the old countertop. Now we wanted to go with just kind of a drop-in sink that had kind of a raised lip around it, because actually next year I'm going to be building probably a new ash cabinet there, and with a cherry countertop. So we kind of want something that'll protect the new countertop once I get it done. So there it is. I got everything marked out now, and you can see it's just about perfect for a little bit bigger than the old cutout, so luckily I can just hack it away, and you could be off by like 3/4 of an inch and this thing will still fit in there anyway. So and I took that, just kind of saved that for later because I'll need that when I do the final countertop, and got out my little Bosch jigsaw there and just hacked around the cutout there just so the new sink would drop right in there. You can see it's a pretty tight fit from front to back in this top here, just because the way the cabinet's set up and everything, but it'll work for now as a temporary fix. So there it is, the cutout, it's all cut out, and the sink drops right in there, and there's plenty of room for it to shift around and stuff, so I can center it up the best I can. And then we went to Home Depot and we found this faucet. I've never used an American standard faucet before, but we didn't really like the looks of the Kohler or the Moen faucet. They were all just too big and too overwhelming for what we wanted, so we wound up choosing this, and I don't know how it'll last or how good American standard faucets are, but it looked real nice. And these new ones are just kind of no real faucet to them. They're just kind of a couple pieces that you snap together there. So you get the two valves for the hot and the cold water, and then you get the spigot for the middle, and then a drain piece. All comes as a kit there. So the easiest way for me to get started was just to take the sink out and flip it upside down and start mounting the parts on it. And this is it's a China sink that actually matches the toilet pretty much. So you can see the first one, there's a little blue stripe on the feed line to that one, and that indicates that it's for the cold water side. So you just kind of have to watch for the little stripes when you put them together. And it's got the feed line built into it, plus it's got the spigot feed line. So you just have to try to get the valve centered in the right spot and stuff. And then this one here, you'll see it's got a red stripe in the main line there. And that's the hot water side there. Same thing, little ring to lock them in place. It would have been nice if they were a little tighter fit and they weren't so sloppy, but I was able to center them up pretty good, get them where I wanted. And then that center spigot goes in, and that's just got like a little plastic hose coming out of it. Same thing, just drop it through the hole. And I guess with these, this is the 8-inch center on the faucet. That's why they kind of use separate pieces on it, because you can spread these, I think, from 8 to 16 inches now, depending on what you want. And then there's one little T that kind of snaps in place on the that center spigot there. Got a couple little tabs on it. Let me get that plastic off of there first. A couple little tabs on it that just go up and lock in place there. And then the two side hoses from that one's a hot one there, just snaps in place, and there's a little clip you slide forward that locks it together. And then you do the cold one, and you're all done, ready to pretty much install the sink. Sure is easy with these new faucets, the way they make them. So it just dropped it down in there. And one of the problems that we did run into is the drain on this one's about 4 inches further forward than the older one. So I did have a problem with this drain pop-up rod that I'm showing you here. I'm putting it on here, but it really had to be pulled out to put that stopper in later. But I do have to make an extension for that, because the what came with the faucet, this is just too short. And we like this sink just because it did have the drain out further, and you could clear the faucet there by and wash our two little dogs in there. So serve as another purpose too. So you just have to screw that top piece onto the drain pipe there, and then there's a big rubber seal on the bottom of the nut. You just kind of snug up from the bottom. And then there's that drain popper rod that goes down in the back there, but I just couldn't hook that up. And then I had to just kind of climb underneath there. And luckily when I did the kitchen, I had a extra 4-inch extension that I purchased and I didn't need. So it was kind of nice to have that laying around, so I could actually rehook that existing drain pipe up for now with, just add the extension on there that you see. So I didn't have to run out and get any parts at this point. I'll put all new pipe in it when we do the final hookup. So there it is. Everything's hooked up, and you can see a lot of extra hose on those faucet things and stuff, but it all just rolled up in there, and you can kind of see that popper thing for the drain is a little bit short there, so I do have to make a longer one for that. And there you can see how far forward the drain is on this sink. So now that everything was in there and worked, I'm just doing a temporary, a couple drops of silicone under it to hold it down. So I'm just going to put 3 big globs of silicone under the lip there, so it's easy to get out later. And this way it won't move around, because the hole is quite a bit oversized and it would just move if you didn't. So I'm putting that there, and then once that's set up, I'm going to go back and just caulk around the outside edge there with some clear silicone, just so water can't run down in the cabinet if it gets over. But you can see that does have a really nice lip all around the sink, so it shouldn't run over. And actually it does, it's the closest thing that we could get to match the toilet also, with the shape of the front of the toilet there and stuff. So we're real happy with it, and it's a temporary fix to clean things up for the holiday. And we did find that it does come close to matching the radius on the toilet there and stuff, and so we're real happy with it. And hopefully next year I'll do a much better video of building the new vanity and redoing the room in here. And the faucet works good, everything works good, and no leaks at all, so we're good to go. Just thought I'd show you how easy it is to actually replace a sink. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.